All right. Today's been a rather productive day. Starting at 3 o'clock this morning, I researched and planned out how I was going to feed myself for the next month or so. As soon as the stores opened, I went and spent about $20 on groceries and bought some containers to put the food into. I recently bought a crock pot, and the first batch I loaded into the crock pot and should be done by the time I get home, well, which would be about 9 o'clock tonight. I am fermenting the rest of it, which is really cool because I don't have use of refrigeration without people accusing me of eating their food. So to avoid that, I just don't go near the refrigerators. It's an unfortunate reality of where I live. And that's going to change very soon. I encourage people to definitely learn to plan out how they're going to spend their money. Look at how it would benefit them to make the purchases that they are. The crock pot will feed me. The containers preserve my food. I'm not buying glass because I'm designing everything that I'm doing to literally live out of my car. And to do so comfortably. I would replace the crock pot eventually with a Dutch oven, which is designed to cook slowly, and basically you can use anything that burns, which is exactly where this direction is going. Everything that I am doing is sustainable. I am going to be buying a fishing pole and tackle and archery equipment for protein. Yeah. If you haven't figured it out, I'm going off the grid. But I can't do it all at once, and nobody can. It takes planning. It takes the ability to think ahead and continue to make little investments that will continue to pay dividends well into the next decade. People inherit cast iron pots and pans. Women tend not to like them because they don't know how to cook. But the reality is they're indestructible. And that means you can count on them being there. Another thing that you might want to look at is your nutritional supplements. Herbs, whether or not it is good to ferment with particular herbs, because some herbs get overpowering in the fermenting process, which could actually benefit the dish. But that's something that you need to experiment with. The videos that I recently put out about how I ferment my food to preserve it they are all basically, this is how I'm living. So I'm not just talking about theories that I believe should work. I'm living proof that this has worked. History has nothing more than proof that fermenting food is a valid food preservation process. It's inexpensive. Really, the cost of the containers is basically all that you're paying for. Well, that and water. But the only reason you're paying for water is that you happen to live in this city and you're too lazy to actually find water. Basically, the only reason that you pay for anything in the city is because people are too lazy to do something. Too lazy to grow their food, too lazy to harvest, too lazy to hunt. Well, I'm done with society. I am sick of people. I am tired of having people trying to cross the street. I am tired of having people judge me for things that they don't understand, as if they have a right to do so. And I am definitely tired, without a question in my mind, of going to work just to sustain the next run on the hamster wheel. I'm done with that. It doesn't work for me. And it shouldn't work for anybody else. That's what Anarchy Empowered is all about. Teaching people to be truly independent rather than a superficial, I'll go to a store and figure out how I'm going to budget my food. I budget my food according to the next month. My foods are highly acidic, and as a result, I have a large ulcer in my stomach because I went a little bit overboard on the acid. But I'm trying to fix that. Unfortunately, the fermenting process causes acid. And those acids become destructive to you. However, with practice and controlled environments and temperature and moisture around the food, you don't need the high contents of acid. I prefer the taste of the acid. I eat foods like jalapenos and pepperoncinis and habaneros, ghost peppers, a lot of oranges. This acidic food actually fights infection and keeps you healthy. But at the same time, if you go overboard, you can definitely wish you never were born. Now, in coming videos, I'm going to be talking about archery and different rifles that I'm planning on buying and why. But this channel was never meant to be an off-the-grid thing. It's just the direction that I'm going. But the direction that I'm going has more to do with teaching people to live on the streets in an urban area and to do so comfortably. You see, there's a high population of homeless people within the Vancouver and Portland metro area that are working. And because they're working, they're frustrated. Because basically everything that they have going on, everything that goes into their checking account goes into one or two places. Auto insurance, or car maintenance, gas, that kind of stuff, or food. Nothing in between. So they can't save money to actually get an apartment. And around here, the cost of an apartment is basically a mortgage payment for somebody that has a mortgage on their house. It is ridiculous. For a one-bedroom apartment, you could theoretically own a 4-bedroom house. So how that ever came to be, I'm not sure, but that's how broken our system is. And I'm honestly thinking that flaw is encouraged because it keeps people in the hamster wheel, keeps them going to work, keeps them doing these things. And along the way, people begin to want to break the wheel. They want to give up. And I am going to a funeral right now for one of those men that happened to fall into the trap and give up. Jacques Louis was a very good man. He was a wonderful commanding officer. He was a wonderful father, a loving husband, and a good friend. He will be missed. But according to the traditions of the second rep who came before us, I will be looking in on his family from time to time. And if they need anything, they know that I will be there. All right, guys, that's all I got. Subscribe. This is Anarchy Empowered. Check us out at anarchyempowered.com.